Your biggest lessons are going to come through the hardest things. Pain is the teacher, okay? We are always students. Whenever you do something that's very comfortable. Yesterday, I had a lot of cereal. Yesterday, I took the easy route in many things that I was doing. Just taking it easy with work, taking it easy on my body. Whenever we take the easy road, whenever we do things that are not as difficult, when we shy away from the difficult things in life, we will fail to learn lessons. We will fail to grow. And so life on its own, I truly believe, will put negative thoughts into your mind. You'll start doubting yourself. You start worrying. You start getting stressed. And where does that come from? It comes from a lack of pain, of self-inflicted pain, of doing very hard things. Because when you're doing very hard things, it's hard to worry about what can happen or stress. It's very difficult. When you're in an intense workout, when I'm doing these burpees are hard, I'm not worried. I'm not stressed. All I can focus on is the next rep. I'm like breathing heavy on my next set, next rep, next rep, next rep. When you're at work and you're doing a difficult task, you're not stressed. Like you're not, oh, what's going to happen? You're just like, you're in the flow of it. You're doing something difficult. You're present. And so when we avoid doing hard things in life, that's when we just start creating our own problems in our own head. We start really just thinking of the things that we need in our lives. The hard things is what makes us proud of who we are because of overcoming them. Take the wake up time. Me waking up at 3, it's very difficult, but I feel proud of myself when I do it. You know, like the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, splash water, get some tea. But by the time I pour my first cup of coffee, and like I start walking towards my couch, I got my Bible, I'm like, I feel good about myself. I woke up, I made it happen. And once I start writing and journaling and praying and giving that gratitude, then I'm like, okay, I got to get these burpees in there. And by the time the first set is always the hardest set. So once I get into that first set, I'm like, this is difficult, man. But I'm like, okay, I get that first in there. Then the second set, then the third set, fourth, fifth, sixth. I did 200 right now. I'm feeling much more, I'm powerful. I'm powerful. You see, when we do very hard things, we gain a level of power because we're gaining a level of self-control. That's true power. Most people don't have self-control. Most people literally cannot say no to snoozing. Most people cannot say no to fast food, to the sweets. And so you become very proud of who you are, your character, and you start building this mindset of like, I'm never satisfied. In a good way, because whenever you're not satisfied, you keep pushing forward. Too many people are satisfied. Too many people are satisfied. I'm like, oh, I'm good here, I'm chilling. Oh, I'm good, I've had enough food. Or like, people stuff themselves. I'm like, I'm good. And truthfully, like that takes away your hunger. That takes away your hunger, your drive to want to do more. Because why are you going to want to go from something really easy to something super hard? Your brain's like, no, let's stay here. You know, yesterday I only got one workout in and it wasn't that good of a workout. And later I had like 3-4 bowls of cereal. Like cereal is my kryptonite. Man, it's hard for me to stay away from it sometimes. And when I'm stressed about work or things like that, I go straight to my cereal. And after that, I usually would like normally get a workout in there, like do some burpees. But I'm like, man, it's like, I really don't want to do these burpees right now. And like to me, like it was a very, it was a failure of a moment. And now looking back at it, I can see what happened that didn't let me take harder steps. You see, for me, and you got to find what's your soft thing that makes you soft. Like the minute I deviate from my meals, and this happens to everyone actually, the minute you deviate from your meals and you start getting pleasurable stuff, ice cream, cookies, for me it's cereal, maybe fast food, you did something that created that instant gratification. So all I had to do was pour some milk, eat, and it tasted great. I couldn't stop at one bowl. Let me get another bowl. On top of that, I was eating my meals too. So I was having some ground beef. Then I had some cereal. Let me throw some rice in that ground beef. Let me make it taste better. So what ended up happening, I got full. I got satisfied. I'm like, oh man, I feel really good. And so like I decided to just kind of like do some work, and like it made it harder for me to do hard things because I felt so good. I felt so satisfied. I felt, oh man, this is nice. And later on, like my stomach started feeling bad. And I'm like, damn, like I don't want to do anything difficult. I'm not gonna do these burpees. I'm like, ah man, like I'm sore. I'll call it a day and I'll do some tomorrow. And it just proved to me everything's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. Even feeling that regret is painful for me. That regret of like, wow, what I could have done. I could have been better. But I settled. I got comfortable. And that to me is painful. So I learned from that painful lesson. Because I look at myself and I feel disappointed in what I did. And if you have enough of those days that where you're disappointed in yourself, that's where you start losing your confidence. That's where you start not being proud of who you are. So when you go places in life, you're not going to feel optimal. You're going to feel like, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. So you won't approach people. You won't take opportunities. Opportunities won't come to you because you're not vibrating at the level of if you were on your meals, if you got your workouts in, if you woke up early, if you were consistently praying to God. I feel the most powerful when I'm on my diet, when I'm not deviating, when I'm getting both my workouts in there, when I'm crushing it at work and working with clients and talking to people, when I'm not deviating from my plan and I'm on point, my thoughts are in line with my actions, I feel on point. I can get on camera, I can speak to my people on Instagram, I can make TikToks, I can approach things. Things start coming my way because I'm operating at my optimal state. I've been doing the hard things, I haven't been deviating from the plan I set myself. And that's a big thing for you guys. Some of you guys don't even have a plan. Some of you guys are waking up and going by and reacting to life. So you're waking up and things are happening and you're just reacting. You have no staple structure. You have no staple foundation of like, no, these are certain things we do. These are non-negotiables. Wake up time, my reading, my workouts, and my meals. Non-negotiables. For you guys, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have this structure, then one day you might be feeling too tired to wake up at a certain time. So you won't wake up at your wake up time. Then that day you don't really feel like speaking to God. So you really won't speak to God. That day you don't really feel like eating the right thing. You feel like eating something more tasteful. So you eat something tasteful. And so what ends up happening is you're conforming to your feelings. And your feelings, your mind is just trying to make you feel good. It doesn't care if you're proud of yourself. It doesn't care if you work hard. It doesn't care if you achieve a goal. All it cares about is that you feel good. And so when you have these feelings and you don't really take the time to be self-aware and have self-control and be like, no, I need to do the difficult things so I can have the payoff of feeling proud and confident in myself. And when you feel confident in yourself, when you look at your day-to-day and you are doing the hard things first and then reaping the reward, your life is going to expand. You're going to expand because you're expanding. You're becoming more. And so when we choose the easy things throughout the day, our life becomes harder because we become less. We become less valuable. I always say this scenario. I mean, imagine you're a house and every day that you don't do well, every day that you eat like shit, you don't work out, you don't upgrade your mental capacity, it's like you're taking a small little hammer, going inside the house and making little holes inside the house. You're making the house worse. So the value of the house goes down. Now, if you wake up early, you get your workouts, you get your meals, you read, you help people out, you make your money, you pray to God. It's like going into that house, getting a new couch, getting a new stove, getting some new tile. You're investing time and effort into this house, so the value goes up. The more work, and that takes work. What's harder? To put in some tile, to put in some furniture, to fix a window, or is it to take a hammer and break things? Right. So every day you're either adding value to yourself or you're bringing the value of yourself down. And opportunities in life, the way life works, life watches that. Life will give you opportunities whether you're ready or not. So remember, make things harder on yourself. When you start taking the easy path, it becomes harder to make the harder choices, the ones that give you a better payoff. Don't play into the games of your mind and your feelings. Have some non-negotiables, knowing that after you do them, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel like you're building your character. Remember, this can be like a video game. You're building your character. Make him strong. Make him resilient. Make him smart. Make him quick. All right? And you do that by learning, by watching videos like this, and then going and putting in action. Action, action, action. All right? So let's get after it, guys.